WCCSradio.com. Good morning to you. In the studio with us this morning, Jen and Chad Fritz, and it's a great story. A few months ago, we were all set to welcome the Fritz family, and they were having a benefit for Mark Fritz, who unfortunately passed away before we actually had the opportunity to do the event. And so we get to talk with them today, and they have turned it around into a very, very nice story. Our conversation presented by Marcus and Mac, voted best law firm, best personal injury lawyer, 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmac.com. Morning, folks.
Morning.
It's good to have you both with us here
Thank
today.
you.
So this is an interesting event. Jen, give me what are you calling it?
Okay, so the event is called Spiritual Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Praying for Blairsville, but also surrounding counties or surrounding towns coming in. Kind of a quick backstory is I found out about an event called Spiritual Awakening last July that took place at Keystone State Park. Mm-hmm. And I showed up, made some contacts, and found out that the one pastor had been praying and God told him to do something in Blairsville. And he was from India. So he knew somehow about Little Blairsville, and then kind of what you led in with. Like they had reached out to us, but then everything happened with Mark and it kind of got delayed. And then we got through that and said, okay, we're going to do this. Made our connections with a foundation called the Well Corporation from Trafford, PA, which is down in Westmoreland County, and started to piece everything together. So just basically it's kind of with what communities have been going through, we want to have an outreach, people in need. There'll be organizations there. One of them is called Faith Forward Ministries, Young Life, Adult and Teen Challenge, which is a drug and alcohol recovery. We'll have speakers, testimonies. We'll have free food. We're going to have a bike giveaway, one bike every hour, opportunity for baptisms, just a time to come together as a community.
Yeah, Chad, that's a wide-ranging program, isn't it?
It is. It's we want to bring the gospel to Blairsville, and we want to reach people, and it's just not a certain church doing this. We are coming as the body of Christ, and we just want to preach Christ, and we're all just coming together, and this is something really beautiful, and we're believing God for a great turnout, and and believing God for great weather. I mean, we need several hours of really good weather, and that's what we're believing God for. But everything's free. We want people just to come and worship with us and praise God with us, and we're believing for great and mighty things. And we want them to come and fellowship with us, and we want to reach the community, and so we're really looking forward to it.
All right, we want to say the date several times,
yes,
so that folks can write it down.
Okay, so it is this Saturday, September 7th. From 12 to 4 at the Blairsville Community Center, so right in town, Blairsville. There's parking there. There's additional parking, but they're more than welcome to come. The food will be served all day, so it's not just like a set time, but it starts at 12, ends at 4 this Saturday, September 7th.
Putting a program together such as this with that is, that's 4 hours. That's a lot of work.
It is.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of hands to make this happen.
Yes. So we had a meeting, like a pre-meeting on Sunday at our home. We had about 15 people, but not everybody could be there. But we have people from all over. So we have a worship team coming from one area. We have pastors from different areas. One's a fellow we used to go to school or church with when he was in 5th grade, and now he's a pastor, and he's 28. So we've connected with him. And so he lives in Derry but preaches in Indiana. So we have people from all over that have just come together, and they're excited to do this and see where it's going to go from here after this one. So, maybe we'll do more areas in Indiana County and just spread out from there. But we also just want to encourage people. A lot of people are going through things right now, and we just want to be able to encourage them, let them know there's people out there, there's resources. And like Chad said, it's not one specific church, but everyone, but maybe they're looking for, something, and we can help connect them that way too.
Well, an interesting part of this whole thing is the situation with Mark. And that actually plays into not only your involvement, but the entire feeling behind an event such as this.
Well, Mark was from Blairsville, and we're from Blairsville, and we care a lot about the town, and Mark he was a contractor and he reached a lot of people. He did. He always, everywhere he worked, he always shared the gospel. So even though that, Mark's not with us here on earth, but he's in heaven, but it's just an opportunity for us to go to Blairsville and to reach the community and share the gospel and share the good news, because the gospel is good news. I mean, and what event can you go to that everything's free? Everything's free. It costs you nothing to come. It just, you just come. We're having hamburgers, hot dogs, sausages, all the drinks, chips. Everything's free. A bike's going to be given away every hour. Everything is free. All
And
you
that
have to do
kind
is
of
get
ties
ticket.
into Mark because Mark was a giver.
Yeah,
He was a
yeah.
quiet giver. He
Yeah.
didn't publicize it. And so that helps us too. We learned from that, like things that we didn't even know he did.
Yeah.
That we found out about later on.
He was a very
So-
giving man, and he loved God, and he has a great family, and and there's Blairsville was always big on his heart, and what a better way to reach Blairsville and take something to the community and be like my wife said, there's a lot of people struggling, but what better way is to know that you can come to something and have a great time and fellowship and hear a great message and everything's free. It don't cost you nothing.
Yeah.
So that sounds like the gospel to me. I mean, that's awesome,
And Jen, what you just said about Mark and that, the idea of discovering, Mark was in on that. That was something that
Right.
was close to his heart, and he wanted to see something
Yes.
good come out of this situation or that situation.
Absolutely.
That's really a part of what the good news is about.
It
Right.
is.
And
It
it's been a positive focus for us after
Yes.
going through that.
Yeah.
It was kind of our way of recovery too. Like we can do this positive thing because it was hard for everyone, but now we've had this wonderful thing to look forward to coming out of that.
Yeah.
So that was really great.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. So among the activities on that day, there are games for the kids.
Yeah, so we'll have some things set up for the kids. We're trying to do face painting, maybe some crafts, and like I said, so the bike giveaway that will be people will just get tickets and they can put tickets in for whatever bike they might want, and then we'll just draw a ticket. They don't have to buy the tickets or anything. We'll give those away for the kids, and then there is the playground there. There's other activities there as well
Right.
that the kids can do even maybe while parents are listening. There's somebody kind of overseeing that area
Yeah.
for the kids, and then there'll be informational booths as well that will be set up that day also.
Yeah, yeah. And as far as what what the adults will be doing while the kids are doing their playing, there are plenty of things for them to do as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. So they can, if people want to sign up to be baptized, if they need, there'll be a prayer tent. If people need to go over and they want to get prayer, they can
Yes.
do that. They can listen to the speakers. Like I said, there'll be a rotation of like speaking, worship, testimonies.
Yeah.
They can check out the booths.
Teen
Sit-
Challenge will be there. They'll have some testimonies from people. We have several other people coming to give testimonies, and we have 4 speakers and praise and worship throughout the day. So yeah, there'll be a lot. There'll be a lot going on. It'll just be fun, and I'm so looking forward to it.
It's coming up on Saturday. It is from noon until 4, and this is something that we want to make sure that we're not just focused, zeroed in on Blairsville. Folks
Right.
beyond Blairsville certainly welcome.
Absolutely.
That's
I shared
right.
it in the Dairy page, Indiana page, Access Westmoreland. So we want to reach, everybody, and then eventually even try to, span out to other areas
Sure.
after this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Make those connections.
But I can tell that this means a lot to both of you. It
does.
And more than just because of Mark Fritz. I mean,
Right.
it's because of the opportunity that an event such as this happens to give to you, because this, this might be somebody's only chance to hear the gospel.
That's
Yes, exactly. And that's why we wanted to look at, you can draw believers to these events, but how do you draw maybe somebody who isn't already involved in church? And that's why we wanted to offer some other things.
Yes.
Because that might be their time to come in. Maybe they're there because they want to try to win a bike, but then they hear a word that they really need
Yeah.
for the day. And then maybe they connect with someone. So,
Yeah.
Chad preaches at a really small church, but we know we wanted to be out reaching other people outside of that as well.
Yeah, yeah. Chad, what church?
West Lebanon Community Church.
West Lebanon
Yeah,
Community.
it's a small town of West Lebanon. I mean, if you blink twice, you'll miss it. I mean, it's very small. But the church is, we're a growing church, but we're a very small church. But this is something that we've never really stepped out into something this big, where all these other pieces are involved. But we're excited about it. We're, God has, He says, if you're faithful with a little, He'll give you more. And so we've been faithful with a little, and now we're starting to go out and branch out and meeting all these different people and making all these new relationships, and it's just very, very exciting times right now.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it. This is great stuff.
Yeah, it's an investment. Yeah.
It is. I mean, and if one person gives their life to Christ, that all this is worth it. Every bit of it's worth it. And so that's the goal. Our goal is that to see people come to know Christ, see people get healed and delivered. That's the goal.
Noon to 4 on Saturday
Yeah.
in Blairsville.
Yes.
Yep.
Right there around the community, around the
Yes.
Diamond area.
Right in the middle of town.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
So it's across from the Presbyterian Church, diagonal from Shoemaker's Funeral Home. There's parking lots all around there.
Yeah.
And there's a old building, and it does say Blairsville Community Center. So,
Yeah.
and my number, there's a flyer up everywhere. My number's on it, and plus the events on Facebook. So if anybody has any questions or needs assistance with anything, they can reach out.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
All right, there you go, boys and girls. It's happening this Saturday in Blairsville, noon until 4. You heard there's tons of things that will be happening, and everybody is invited. And as Chad said, it's all free.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Hey, thanks both for coming in.
Thank
and
you
telling
for
us.
having
Thank you
us.
for having us. It's a wonderful opportunity.
Yes.
We appreciate it so much. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.